Columbus, Ohio, and specifically in Dublin. I was just telling one of the folks that I was meeting with earlier this morning that I came from an ART meeting yesterday as we were putting our signage package together for the campus. And again, we have had such a great reception, and I can't say enough about Dana McDaniel, who I've been doing quite a bit of work with on this campus, and his team. And the ART team yesterday was really welcoming and understanding, because I understand that Dublin has some pretty specific rules and regulations about what they want to see for signage, but they also understood that this is a really unique opportunity. And there's not currently a campus like this within the city of Dublin, and so they understood that we need to do things just a little bit differently. Nothing that's going to be gaudy or audacious, but something that will allow folks to know exactly who we are and where we are. Of course, our preeminent partner in this relationship is Ohio Health and their hospitals around town, but they are not our only partner. We are clearly working with Mount Carmel, OSU, Nationwide Children's as well. In fact, Ohio State has been very supportive of what we're doing here because our missions are very different. The majority of our kids are coming from Ohio and staying in Ohio. Most of them are going into primary care. And Ohio State is looking to develop an even larger national reputation, bringing a lot of young men and women in from out of the state, looking to develop subspecialists. So again, they were very supportive of that mission of primary care because we need that. I don't know how many of you know, it was a surprising statistic to me when I learned this, that there are about 24 areas within Franklin County that are federally qualified as underserved areas. You wouldn't think that with as many physicians as we have, as many hospitals as we have, but it's always about the distribution of those physicians. And so one of the things that we're working on is to develop a track for some of our students that are being given scholarships in both urban and rural areas. So if these folks stay in that track, they get a certain amount of money to help offset some of those loans, because developing primary care physicians can be a challenge. Our kids are graduating with an average debt of about $170,000. When you think about, which is a house, right? It's a small house, but it's a house you can't even live in. And so, they're making choices based on what it takes to be able to pay those loans back. And so through scholarships, we're hoping to make that more attractive for them to do primary care. And of course, none of this would be possible without the generosity of the Osteopathic Heritage Foundation, who gave us an $105 million gift to help develop this campus, scholarships, and a number of other projects on the Athens campus as well. And as I mentioned, the community has been extremely generous. The city just conveyed another piece of land to us about 2 weeks ago at a city council meeting, which has now allowed us to do some additional development. And again, I had a chance to meet with Todd and the city schools to talk about ways that that we can partner together. So everybody, as I said, has been incredibly welcoming, and it's not just the medical community.
The vice mayor is here, by the way.
Yes. And I want to let all of you know, you should be extremely proud, of the staff that you've got working for this city. Not only those of you that are in elected positions, but the whole team is just top notch. For those of you who haven't been around that area for a while, we are there between US 33 Post Road and Eiderman. We refer to our 3 buildings, which we purchased on this 15 acres, as A, B, and C. 7003 Post, 7001, and then the Anatomy Lab, which didn't have an address because it was just a garage. For those of you, again, who like a little higher view, that's where we are, and the closest hospital to us is just a stone's throw away at Dublin, Netherlands. And this was an artist rendering of what signage will look like. Let me tell you, that is not what the signage is going to look like. We've made some changes since then, but I didn't have the ability to put that in the picture today. Again, that's our address, or that was our address. And now we're known as Bobcat Way. I want to thank the city for the opportunity to name the road coming in there. So all of our buildings will have a Bobcat Way address. It didn't make our tenants real happy, but nonetheless, we have some tenants on the second, third floor of one of our buildings. But they can continue to use Post Road for another year. Again, our second building there, again, looking at it from Post Road. And the Anatomy Lab. Let me reassure you that the porta potty is gone. We do not have that in there. It's a beautiful building, and actually it's going to be an incredible lab. And one of the things that we hope to do, and I'm not exactly sure when, probably September or October, we look forward to having a community open house. So the individuals in the community that are interested in coming in and looking at the campus will have that opportunity.